Emerzian. Thank you.
Kyle.
Yeah, thanks, Matt, for this. This is awesome. You actually answered my question right after I told Kathy I had a question. To give a little context, I'll do that, and then I'll ask you my backup question.
Sure.
So my my wife founded a nonprofit therapeutic writing center and runs that about 6 years ago. And she came from the business world, and she was thinking about the earned income streams, like you mentioned. But the feedback she was getting from people was that no, that might negatively impact the perception of the organization, given that it's a nonprofit. So stick to the donations and the grants to fund it. But they're kind of at a point now where it's like the demand is exceeding that revenue, that income. So to hear you essentially validate no, it's okay to use corporate or to actually fund a lot of this stuff was very validating, and I appreciate that. And I'm going to take that and a lot of other things you said back to my wife to hopefully influence her on what the path forward is. So thank you for that.
Hey, Kyle, before the next thing really quickly, I mean, I have a friend who runs a nonprofit organization and they sell $3 million a year in t-shirts. I mean, that's earned income, right? And there's nothing wrong with earned income for a nonprofit organization. The stickier issue, in my opinion, is if you have someone like your wife and who's started a nonprofit, and she says, you know what, I'm going to have two legs to this nonprofit. One's going to be actual nonprofit where I get donations, and the other is going to be a for-profit where I work with companies to do whatever I do with companies. That's way more problematic because now she is the face of both. And then when your donors are coming in to donate, they're going to say, okay, I gave you $100, but how much of that is keeping on the lights for the for-profit so you can make money off of companies? Now all of a sudden it gets really sticky and tricky. So I say put it all under a nonprofit. If the intention is pure that you want to have impact and change whatever it is she wants to do, have it all housed under the same thing. It's just one's called earned income, one's called donation.
Yeah, and that's what she's wanting to do. She doesn't want to have two separate
No.
entities or thing.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. So, okay, great, thank you. So my backup question: what new idea or new thing are you working on that excites you?
Well, I will tell you what, the senior living thing really excites me a lot, and it's new. It's still in its first year, and it might be the thing that brings up the most emotion inside of me than anything that we've done so far. We just had a pilot, and one of the women in the pilot passed away, and her daughter flew out from Charlotte, North Carolina, for the celebration of life. And during her speech, the daughter said that because of Every Monday Matters, my mom definitely knew she mattered before she passed away. And for me, like, I just don't know if it gets any better than that. It's just so moving to me. We have a new offer as well, and this is very much how things work at Every Monday Matters. A very large produce distributor has come to us, and their stance is, hey, your food is thy medicine. And if our youth are out there and they're eating junk food and they're obese, and they're not getting exercise, and this is not good for our mental health and well-being either, just as we all know, it's part of being healthy. But there's food insecurities, there's these food deserts, and they want to come in and want to do a produce distribution program for children and families who otherwise don't get access to fresh fruits and vegetables. And it's a really interesting idea to me. I'm going to sit down with Tom and we're going to talk about it to see how this thing might play out. But it could be a massive opportunity for the nonprofit organization, but even a bigger opportunity for the families and the children, because many of these children have never bitten into a strawberry ever in their life. They know what strawberry candy tastes like, but they've never had a strawberry. And so that's exciting to me too, at least to explore. But thanks for asking.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.